5 Americans being held in Iran have been released in what Iran calls a prisoner swap with the U.S. White House hopefuls on both sides of the political aisle hailed the Americans' release in exchange for the release of 7 Iranians in U.S. custody. Also on Saturday, President Obama signed an executive order revoking a 20-year system of nuclear sanctions against Iran. Republicans, though, say the exchange took too long and served as a reminder that the longtime U.S. foe isn't trustworthy. And GOP frontrunner Donald Trump claims the Iranian nuclear deal will send $150 billion to Iran. Does the nuclear agreement with Iran jeopardize the national security interests of the American people? That's our topic this half hour. We want to hear from you on our Fox 26 Facebook page. We've posted the topics for you there, as well as on Twitter. Use the hashtag Fox26forlife. Joining us live in the newsroom is our panel led by our senior legal analyst, Chris Tritico, our news analyst, Mustafa Tamiz, and public policy analyst, Jackie Bally. Good morning again.
Good morning.
All right, so this is definitely a new era, a new chapter. What does it all mean?
Well, I find it interesting that the Republicans say that it's a good deal that we got these prisoners back, but why'd you take so long to get it done? I mean, that's just that highlights the entire political system that we've had in this country for the last 7 years, is that there isn't anything President Obama can do that the Republicans won't criticize for some reason. The administration has said that it was just coincidence that this release was completed the same day that the UN verified that Iran had complied with the nuclear agreement. I'm a bit skeptical that's coincidence. It doesn't matter, though, Mustafa Tamiz, whether or not it was tied to the nuclear deal or not.
Well, I think, like you said, no matter what the president does, there will be people that will criticize this. This deal to keep weapons of mass destruction out of Iran's hand in a peaceful way. The biggest criticism was that there were still American prisoners that were in Iranian jails. Now those prisoners have been released, and so as you said, it comes back to why did it take so long. So no matter what he does, this is going to be a problem. But this is an important thing because we are the most powerful nation in the world. We have the largest military. 25 countries combined don't have our size. We have the largest economy. We are the world's only remaining superpower. So the fact that we can do things through diplomacy says a lot about us, and that's the kind of role that we should lead in the world.
My entire lifetime, the United States' policy has been we will not negotiate with terrorists. Is that what this is?
Yeah, that's what this is. But let me say something. You have not heard a Republican say anything positive. I will say something positive.
Hold on. Okay, go ahead.
I think it's wonderful that these Americans will be returning back to their families. I think I'm so happy for their safety. I'm very happy that they will be coming back. I think what the skepticism you're hearing is that this is a country that has never kept their word, so why all of a sudden do we feel that they're going to keep their word now? I agree with you. I do not think that it's a coincidence. I am very skeptical of that as well. I'm very disheartened about the fact that we did not have a chance to do more inspections of their nuclear facilities. There are a lot of questions that are still there.
I want to get into that coming up. So
right, there are a lot of questions that are still there, and I think that we need to be very cautious because this is a government that has not been trustworthy in the past.
All right, let me go to Sally. She's monitoring our social media.
And this just in, while our segment began, Fox News reporting that the 4 U.S. prisoners who were held there in Iran are on their way home now. The plane carrying the freed Americans has left Iran, according to Fox News. Nancy says President Obama proves the value of diplomacy. Returning hostages are proof that it is better to talk to enemies than blow them up. Dana, on the other hand, says the timing of the swap for criminals and $150 billion is not coincidental nor without consequences. And at Panic Duff says, can anyone tell me why in the world we're giving Iran more than $100 billion? The Iran deal seems pretty dumb, in his words.
Well, to answer that question, and we're about to talk about that, the money that we're giving them, it's not a gift. This is money we've been holding. That the world has been holding from Iran because of the sanctions that have been in place. And now that they've verified, Mustafa, that Iran has complied with its agreement with the United States and our allies on the nuclear deal, they've complied, as far as I can tell, completely with their agreement. Now they get their money.
And the prisoner swap was not part of the negotiations. This was something that was done after the fact. So it's not, it's necessarily, it's the right direction we're doing. You don't negotiate peace with your friends. You negotiate peace with your enemies. And in this process, as Ronald Reagan used to say, trust but verify, and that's what we're doing at every stage of this negotiation. This trust and verify, and so things are being verified.
We're almost out of time, and I want both of your thoughts on this. We're giving back to them $150 billion. The Republicans' criticism is that's so much money that they can now go in and sponsor terrorism in the Middle East.
Well, and then the consequences to that, because you can freeze those assets again. So this is an ongoing process. In order for Iran to build an economy for the 90+ million people that live there, they have to be brought into the world fold, and this is the first step towards that.
Final thought.
The president said trust and verify when it was someone who's trustworthy. We haven't really verified. We think we have, but we're not quite sure of that. And then what the example that we're really showing is that another country can take hostages, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and give you money or give you whatever the ransom is at the price. So we're really, the safety of Americans abroad is really going to be.
I don't think when Ronald Reagan said that he thought that the Soviet Union was really trustworthy at the time.
Well, they definitely were more so than Iran.